Because what is a human but a miserable pile of secrets?
But enough talk.
But enough talk. Have at thee.
Yeah, we head into this game. Belmont Cloud matchup. You already talked about it, right? You addressed the limit problem, and we've seen it earlier today. We saw it with Piranha Plant having to, like, not being able to really use his Batui. It's because you got pressure on you. We see it immediately. One cross, Cloud was trying to charge the limit and said, I can't do much more than a pixel.
Hey, and those pixels are going to add up long term, right?
Yeah.
So these quote-unquote penny stocks that we're going to see on limit gain.
Oh, he doesn't have a double jump. He's gone.
Oh, that's pretty nasty. But that's the kind of pressure that Squidplumber is going to do to you, right? We're going to see this constant projectile come out, especially with the Holy Cross just forcing your horizontal to be so terrible.
Yeah, now look at this. I mean, it's going to be on Cloud to really get through the Squidplumber game plan, but also Squidplumber doesn't have a double jump. He ain't making it back. Two characters who have very difficult recoveries if the double jump is taken out of the equation. Some characters have a lot of value when it comes to their up specials. These two characters have a very, I won't say linear, but almost like a game plan that a lot of players have gotten used to. So with all that being said, I think that's probably where we're going to see most of these stocks taken, as now Igloo is the one who's really keeping up the pressure, putting up this damage, goes for the up air with the Holy Fire and getting an up special, getting as much damage as possible off of these combos. And so with all of that being said, I think it's going to be up to this Cloud player, the return of Deathless, to find his opening, whether it's through just playing a little bit slower and sitting in this this dead space is what I'm going to call it, where the Belmonts can't hit you between the cross and the axe. It's a dangerous game. And again, look at that. Recovery taken out.
Yeah, and on something like PS2 as well, you're given that added bullet hell level of safety where you could just choose, like, okay, I have a very small pocket here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to either jump on platform or I'm going to go below platform, and I'm just going to be completely fine with it, right? So we could find a way easier, beautiful option select there.
Yes. I mean, when you're covering the options, you got the Holy Fire there, and you got Belmont charging the down smash. It's a dangerous spot to be in, because suddenly, if you roll, you get smacked. If you get a neutral get up, you get smacked. If you jump, you gotta wait until the fire's gone, which might be after your invincibility's gone, which means you're still gonna get smacked. There's a lot of just whip throwing around. Ooh, that's a little bit awkward. Trying to charge the limit, but unable to. The timing just a little bit unfortunate as we continue on. He's going to be looking for this back air to close this stock out now instead of the blade beam that he would have had.
Dude, that's the nerves, right?
Yeah.
And
speaking of,
yeah, I mean, there's not really much recovery you can't do as Richter there once you get way too far off the horizontal. So it's just great placement by Deathless.
Absolutely. And I love that we're seeing this evolution, right? Deathless came in, we were like, yeah, we really like this player. And we get to see him again. He's been doing a great job.
Very nice. Sorry. Deathless was able to secure that game very nicely, though, especially with, like, being able to come back onto the desk, and not onto the desk, onto the setup, so that we could see them just continuously crunch on even more. Not so many dunks, but that's completely fine. That's not what we're looking for into the Richter matchup. We're just looking to keep that pressure, keep them off stage, because once we let them take control of center stage, or goodness gracious, if we ever get thrown off stage, we're done.
Yeah. So now, as we move on to the battlefield, I think we're going to see more of that sort of plan, because we saw it from both sides. Both players were able multiple times to get away with that sort of game plan. So now, as we move on to this, where Squidplumber is going to have a little bit more security with the platforms, he's still going to have to, like, it's going to be on Deathless to find his option to get close and then suddenly keep this pressure on off stage.
Yeah, and we're just going to keep on seeing this Groovinage move in as Richter is the one off stage trying to throw Holy Fire just to give him just a little bit more spacing there, potentially catch out Cloud. Doesn't really find it. Holy Cross is going to come and make its way out, but Deathless saw it coming from a mile away. Yeah, those beams are just going to be so deadly for the rest of this matchup.
Yeah, uses the Nair to close out that stock and then using the, oh my goodness, a little Holy Fire forward air at the ledge, able to get that 2-frame value. And that is a great way to really equalize this game, as now both players are going to be feeling the pressure once again. These two seem practically evenly matched.
I definitely think so too, especially because their win conditions are sort of similar.
Yeah.
If you think about it. Cloud having to do just a little bit more adapting because it's less what they're used to. Because they're not looking to follow up on the pressure off stage. They're just looking to poke out. Oh.
And the Blade Beam closes it out. Instead of a poke, he says, let me hit you with the hard-hitting boy. As suddenly, Deathless is the one who's really making a name for himself on this, is putting up so much pressure off of this Cloud game plan, and is really showing the weakness of getting a Belmont off stage.
Yeah. And all reliable, as we call it, right? Blade Beam, just being able to do so much damage again, so much knockback off of that. And, Dolphin Slash.
Yep, going for the Cloud dash attack, able to get Squidplumber off stage, going just a little bit too low this time around. I think he was hoping to catch the Belmont going low as well, hoping that they could just close out the stock then and there. But Squidplumber say, I ain't messing with anything about that. I'm keeping my distance to the best of my ability, going for these percent combos, these Holy Fire follow-ups, as now it's going to be a little bit of a dance, because now Cloud needs to get close. Cloud needs to find his option to close this out. But when you got someone who's throwing projectiles and has a very long whip that's able to reach the top platform, suddenly it becomes a very dangerous game when you have someone so experienced as Squidplumber on a character that is so good at keeping up the pressure in the right situations. But this limit is here, this limit is out, and we've seen the value that Deathless has done with it, but it's not enough. Squidplumber able to DI with an amazing force, able to go for that ledge cancel, go for the up special, and is going to keep up this pressure. Another Holy Water. Cloud rolling onto the stage, able to get control, but a nice cross is going to keep up this pressure, and Cloud's the one who's feeling the pressure on the top platform, but is able to make it hit the center stage and throws out a back air to close this out. Deathless is looking real good right now.
Yeah, Deathless is looking